Welcome back, Reedie and Z. Week 10 recap, Washington Commanders versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. In a tough loss, 28-27. Came down to a couple of things in the game, on the last drive. What you got about that, Z?
Yeah, man, heartbreaker in DC for sure. A game that we definitely could have won. A game that we was in it until the end. A nail biter. A lot of missed opportunities. Offensively and defensively. Also, just a couple of questionable penalties, questionable activity from our players at the end, discipline, especially on the last play, on that last touchdown by the Steelers, on the very last play of the game with a false start by rookie Johnny Newton. Just overall, definitely some stuff, some things and mistakes that we got to fix quick. We have a game in 4 days, less than 4 days now, against the Philadelphia Eagles, a division game. So we got to get ready for that quick. But, today was definitely one that we could have pulled off and we should have pulled off. But as we knew, it was going to be a tough one. They showed up and showed out. Their fans was definitely in the building, heavy in the building. We can get right into it for sure. You want to start with the defense or the offense?
We can start with the offense. I just thought that, just coming out the gate, people were texting and people were saying in the building, Jaden Daniels was looking a little iffy, like, maybe he was nervous or maybe he was affected by some things that are going on. But, when you're missing your starting right tackle, you're missing your starting running back, and you got a rookie quarterback going up against a defensive front, such as the Pittsburgh Steelers, it might have anybody, a little rattled or a little bit off to the spot. I mean, you had to get rid of the ball. I mean, I'm sitting there in the stands and I'm just telling myself, he got like 1-2 seconds and then the ball has to be gone. They were getting there so fast. And I'm just like, every play. And then even in the running game, number 6, which is who was that? That's Patrick Queen on run fits and everything, just like getting into the gap that he needed to be getting into, and he was acting as a spy onto Jaden as well. So I just attribute those things to the reason maybe why he may have looked the way he looked. But we had chances to win this game. We just ultimately didn't, do the things that we needed to do. You can't never leave it in the referee's hands, give or take, the spot of on the Ertz play when, everybody thought that it was a first down, but it wasn't. A lot of missed opportunities. And I think the opportunity, the play of the game on that was the pass breakup on the out route. It was wide. He just couldn't get it off. And, 90 tips the ball. And then you put yourself in that situation. I thought that was the swing point right there on that down and distance.
Yeah, no question. That was definitely a pivotal play of the game. I would want to attribute some of the missed opportunities as well. Definitely with the fumbles. Offense. Well, on the special teams, Mrs. Zacchaeus had 2 muff fumbles. One we end up losing. And then on the he had a drop later in the game. Noah Brown had a drop. Zach Ertz had a drop. De'Ami Brown had a super key drop in the end zone. It just like bread in a basket, just right there to him. Just dropped it right in the back of the end zone. And the first thing, Reedie said when that happened, De'Ami, you got to step up in big moments. You want this shine. You want that time. You want to be, one of the guys, man. You got to make that play. You don't get many opportunities. So you got to take advantage of the ones that you do get. So that one there was definitely hurt. I forget what the score was at that point, but we definitely would have been in the lead and had a little cushion there. A few missed throws from Jaden Daniels. He was 17 for 34, 50%. There was definitely some throws early on that was missed. A couple of throws to Noah Brown when we was asking why is he always falling and have to reach up to get the pass. So I mean, it could have been placement, a strategic placement, but in my eyes, from what I seen, I felt they was a little behind, and things like that. So this today was definitely one of those games where I felt like, Jaden Daniels, he had a little, he showed more mistakes today than I think in any game thus far outside of maybe the Tampa game. But I mean, like we said, he didn't cost us the game. We definitely had opportunities. He put some throws on guys that was just right on the money, right in the basket. And they didn't make all the plays. He had a beautiful pass to Terry McLaurin against Joey Porter Jr. A matchup that before this game, I didn't even tell Reedie this, but I was real hesitant to kind of, I'm a betting guy, so and when I feel like matchups are coming, I was hesitant on, what I would bet on Terry against the number one corner like this. Typically, Terry kind of shy away, but today, yet again, Terry shows that, he's that guy. And he was giving them the blues out there. He was talking shit. He was popping his shit to him, and I love to see it. So, I apologize for doubting Terry once again. But outside of Terry, like I said, the guys was just kind of all over the place. And I just like to see these things kind of get shored up, definitely before Philly. And we wasn't really able to establish the run. I mean, we
Yeah,
had
so I was
60
gonna say.
we had 60 total yards. Jaden had 4 yards rushing. They contained him well. Like we said, they had a spy on him. They was just there. And then Eckler had 44 of the 60. So then that means with 44 and 4 yards, then you had 12 yards amongst Rodriguez and McNichols. And McNichols did get in the end zone. But it's definitely something that we, our offense normally are able to run the ball with or without Brian Robinson. So today was definitely a game where, B. Rob was definitely probably needed a little bit more.
I mean, you don't win the time of possession. You have 60 total yards rushing. That's a recipe for disaster. And we should be lucky that we were even in this game, to be frank, because we shouldn't have been in this game with some of those mistakes and some of those penalties and stuff that affected us. So we were due for a not so great game, and I just want
A
to just
wake-up
take
call,
this,
yeah.
as that not so good game. And we lost by 1 point. So I mean, it is what it is. I mean, give or take a play or two there, play or two there. We're sitting here and we're saying this is a victory, and not,
Yeah.
you know, a half a yard more behind the sticks, and who knows what happens? We kick the field goal, maybe we win this game. So I'm not going to be too negative about it. Just some little minor things that we just need to clean up, and get people back healthy. Hopefully this week on a short week, we could turn the page tomorrow. We're gonna dwell on it tonight, and just tomorrow we on to Philadelphia. Got to get ready for a tough Philadelphia team that put up some points today on the wounded Dallas team. So they ain't no slouch. They not coming half stepping. So we got to come with our A game against these guys. Then we get 10 days off, and we can recover from there and get some people more back healthy.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Just looking at the comments early on to kind of feed in. Somebody said bullshit measurement. It was definitely questionable. I felt like Ertz kind of caught the ball as they showed on TV. That line is unofficial, but he was definitely far enough over the line. I've never seen a variance in the yellow line on TV. Um, you know, that big of a variance where he caught the ball where it wouldn't have been a first down. He actually came down and kind of went towards his knees though. I would have liked to see him kind of lean further back or kind of try to hold his ground a little bit. Um, and fight for a little bit more on that one. But a couple of plays before that, they pretty much stopped us. They the first, second, and third down. plays, they pretty much stopped us. So it kind of put us in a tight position to try to make that tough game. You know what I mean? So also another comment is, of course, and we're gonna get to Benjamin St. Jude. Ultimately not Jaden's best day or our offensive line, but at least they get the L out the way before Philly. Zacchaeus' ass. Like I said, we're gonna talk about Zacchaeus was on some bum play today. Let's be real, the last drive wasn't the reason we lost. Had that game in our hands so many times and let it go, and that's true. That's true. And we was fighting even early on. We was able to go into the halftime and score right before halftime. And you know, get some points on the board and go up 17-14. Come out right after the halftime with the first drive. That's when Terry caught that slant and almost housed it. And then, you know, we went down and scored. So we definitely had moments where we was, you know, had some cushion. We was up 10 at one point in this game. And you know, I mean, we let them stick in there. We let them stay around. And, you know, I mean, when you're not putting your foot on the gas and you hanging in there and you coming down, you kicking field goals. We've been talking about it for forever. You know, 3 points don't add as much as 7. So, I mean, simple math. Let's get some tutties. And you know, I mean, convert when we in these red zones, and we should be better. We should be better.
Yeah. Agreed. You know, agreed on everything you said, bro.
Yeah. I hope Marshall Lattimore is better before the game. We definitely hope Marshall Lattimore is back and ready to go in his first game for us on Thursday. But you know what I mean, just listen to other pods and you know what I mean, talking shout out Rio. I was listening to his pod yesterday. He made kind of good sense. Lattimore may not be ready Thursday. We may not see Lattimore until next week against Dallas. I don't know yet. We'll see, but I mean, don't be surprised if that happens. So just something, you know what I mean? I know we wishing for the new guy to come in the all pro to get in the mix, but we'll see. Run game could have been better. Personally, like the RPO, personally felt like the RPOs could have been ran early and often to neutralize the pass rush. But again, not overly upset with the loss. Steelers defense is definitely legit. And Steelers had the time of possession. You know,
Yeah.
36.18 to 23.82. You know, they was milking the clock. Russ being Russ. He did have one pick to chin. You know what I mean, which was ultimately like a punt. It didn't really affect them much. So yeah, I mean, Russ is definitely hooping. And they, you know, they came to play. You can't be mad at those guys. They came to play and showed up.
I mean, we were in the game. It comes down to them penalties and missed opportunities. We get that McCaffrey pass on the corner route. If he get that, who knows? He may be still running. That may be a touchdown. He hit Ertz.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? That may could be a field goal. I mean, you may squeak out of this with a victory. But
Correct.
you know, all of the chips didn't fall where they fall, where they needed to fall to. And we came up short. I mean, it is. It's a combination of everything. It just was, you know, I don't even know if it's minor stuff. It's not nothing, you know, that we need to have our panties in a bunch and be so worried about. You know, it happens. You know, a non-division opponent, non-conference opponent. Yeah, we would like to take away the victory, but you know, it is what it is. We just need to refocus, come back, and get ready for Philadelphia because these are the games that's going to matter.
Yeah,
So,
for sure. We definitely was very close to being 8-2.
And going back to the Marshawn Lattimore point, it's going to take Marshawn Lattimore a little while to get acquainted to what we do, the calls and the things of that nature. Like he's just not going to come ahead and it's just going to be immediately like it's going to be lockdown. That's not necessarily for certain. We hope that it's going to be that, but we don't know that for sure. So I think we need to tailor our expectations in the beginning for at least the first couple of weeks, 3-4 weeks. You know, before, you know, we think that this is going to be that and this is going to be this. We just got to be patient. We have a first-year quarterback, a first-year offensive coordinator in this game, a first-year defensive coordinator with 30-something different changes different people that's on this roster. So, it's been looking good over this first X amount of weeks, but it's going to be ebbs and flows of anything. So it's going to be ups, downs in between. We lost 3 games. Who would have thought that we would be right here at this moment? I didn't. I had us winning 8 games for the season. Well,
And
1
two of the
game away from
games,
that.
and 2 of the games that we did lose, the Ravens and the Steelers, pretty much nail biters.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
7 points and 1 point. I'll take that any day in the paint.
For
Any
sure,
day in the paint.
for sure. But then of course we're gonna roll into the defense. The defense was able to contain Najee Harris to 21 carries, 53 yards, and 1 tutty. We were able to get pressure on them guys. Fowler in the mix with 2 sacks. I think that puts him up to like 8 or 9 sacks for the year. Frankie Louvu got in with a sack as well. Just definitely continues to see Fowler make plays, get in the mix. Dan Quinn talked about it on the preview. He was just talking about his D-line in general, and he was saying how Armstrong is a guy who's always in the right place, making the right plays. He don't show up on the stat sheet a lot, but he's always where he need to be. And we did see him actually get some pressure today. So shout out to Armstrong for just doing his job and doing his part. But and he was talking about Fowler. He was just saying Fowler is super energetic. Fowler kind of has that ability to make big plays, i.e. the interception run back that we got a couple of games ago. We just seeing week after week, he's piling these sacks up. So, shout out to Fowler, who's definitely trying to, make a stamp for himself and get a new contract, I'm sure. And I'm sure he would love to be here because he's having the time of his life. So, it's a sneaky year for him, and I'm happy for him. But then on the other side of it, I felt like their tight ends, their tight end, Pat, is it Firmuth? He was able to get a tutty. He actually had a key 3rd down catch. He only had like 3 catches, but they were pivotal moments. To kind of get them, move the chains for them and keep their offense flowing. So he definitely, was a problem in a sense. And then, Pickens, he had about 90 yards in a tutty. And then Mike Williams, freshly traded. We were talking about how Mike Williams was going to be a better matchup for St. Jude, and they match up speed wise and size wise, and he comes and get 1 target, 1 catch for 32 yards on a touchdown, the game winner against St. Boot. Reedie said he was going to let me just talk to you today, Mr. Benjamin St. Juice. Like Reedie said the other day, you're not that bad. You can be much better. I think you're a seriously overthinker.
I stand corrected. He's that
Go
bad.
ahead.
He is that bad.
I
I
think
take that back. He is bad. Very bad.
I think he's a serious overthinker. They asked him after the game, what happened, and he's just, talking about, in those moments I was trying to make the play, and in that moment you always play the fade, especially against Russell. He loves throwing the fade. Okay, if you know these things, Benjamin, why the fuck you not doing that? Like, don't give me all. And then when I was recording the play, I put the camera right on him. Everybody running over. Oh, it's okay, it's okay. He's swiping at them mad, and blown like, dog, what the hell? Just do your job. You've been around. These guys are giving you an opportunity to be on that field. You know what's going on. This is what, your full 5th year? Like, dude, you're still making the same mistakes. You're grabbing, you're getting your PI calls. On tight ends, you're grabbing tight ends. You got a PI call on Fairmouth. Like, for what? I don't see that often, especially, if it's a pitch or somebody that's, can run routes, somebody got some speed, but you checking fucking Jason Witten and you holding them. Like, come on, man. Like, it just, I don't understand it. You're getting blowing up on IG, on Twitter. They're killing you right now, bro. Like, you really need to tighten up. You know what I mean? When Lattimore comes and he's the true number one, I think your ass need to be in the nickel. Mikey need to be outside. Mikey continues
100%.
to, you know what I mean, progress and show his abilities. And you're one hit wonder every now and then. Like, the shit is just sad. So I'm calling for Mikey. Keep Mikey on the outside. Put St. Jude in the nickel, and if he can't do it, then we need to get Forbes back in the mix and figure this shit out. But it's always a big moment, whether it's a PI, whether it's giving up a touchdown, and you gave up a touchdown to one of the slowest motherfuckers in the league. I don't got too much more to say about it. I'm gonna let you finish. Because when I read these comments, everybody's in the comments going on this side. So I'm going to let you go before I read the comments.
No, go ahead, read the comments, because I said what I had to say a few weeks ago, and I'll stand corrected what I said. Saint Boot, whatever you want to call him, boy, this nigga, he is trash. Like, trash to the point of you going to say you knew what was coming, but yet you didn't play that technique to get there. Never looking back for the ball. It's the same old song and dance, but I ain't gonna beat him up too much. It's already been said. This he's dead on the internet. So you know,
he actually got his tags off. You can't even tag him in a post, and I see why. He must know.
And overall, defensively, like, I don't even really have too much negative to say other than that. Like, it just felt like we just was just out of whatever on offense and on defense. And I thought we had our moments. I thought we played well in moments too, and then we played like sluggish in moments as well too. But it was big. Jeremy Chin, big. My player of the game, Jeremy Chin, coming up big. I mean, that we talk about that interception of Chin. For me, that's a glorified punt anyway. For real. You know, they said he was down, he was touched down. But the key, come up with that key fumble recovery on the goal line, like, that was big for us. We got the ball back. We did absolutely nothing with it.
We ain't do nothing with it. We didn't do anything with it. I mean, in the offense, the offensive line kind of rightfully. I mean, I'm not excusing them, but they did have injuries. You know, Lucas is still out, so they're not rotating the left tackle.
You lost your right tackle.
Coleman. Yeah, shout out to Lucas. Lucas just had a baby. Shout out to him and his wife, his lady. Congratulations to them. So he's dealing with an injury, but also, you know, you see he's posting that they just had a newborn. So I'm thinking he's getting a little extra time to heal up and spend with his family as well. But yeah, like, you know, Lucas is not there. So Coleman is just the full left tackle. Wiley didn't play today. Well, he was suited up, so I'm guessing he would have been an emergency tackle, but you know, he didn't play. Trent Scott was on the shoulder injury. Yeah, Trent Scott was on the field.
Didn't play bad. I mean, they were chipping basically every play on that side to try to slow down Watt, but or they was leaving somebody in, or the back on his way out, he was chipping them. So Watt didn't go crazy. So
yeah, Watt didn't go crazy at all. So I mean, they still found a way to contain him, but there was still pressure that was getting in. And we talked about it even when we were sitting there, like, man, their guys are getting in 0.2 seconds. Like, how they getting back there so fast? Yeah. So definitely that was going on. A little bit questionable offensive play calling, especially on that screen pass back that Diami didn't throw back. I don't know what the hell was going on. Looking at the play, it looked like Jaden was over there ready to get the ball back and throw a bomb or something, and Diami didn't throw it back to him. You know, questionable play calling a couple of times from Cliff today. Let's see. Well, we talked about how it wasn't Jaden's thing. Oh yeah, back on St. Jude real quick. St. Juice is so doo-doo. St. Juice is Reedie boy trash.
Reedie boy, hold on, stop what y'all doing with this Reedie boy.
That was one.
Never has I ever been my man. Never, ever. I said he was not that bad. Yeah, I mean, if we being honest, like totally 100% honest, if we go back to St. Jude's first year, second year, he was better in the slot. When he moved to the outside, that's when all of these problems and stuff started coming. He is better in the slot. We might have to put, like you said, put Mikey outside, let Lattimore cover the other side, and roll like that. Or maybe we might have to roll covers to him or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They saying cut St. Jude. St. Jude's is Saint shit. Go ahead. St. Jude's is some shit. Cut his ass now. Man, they lighting St. Jude up over here.
Reedie's man. That just blew me. Reedie's man, that's crazy.
They definitely said
That's
Reedie
L's man. The fuck?
St. Jude's every game he does this. John Allen was missed today. Man. Saint Boot. Keep it Saint Boot. Saint Juice is terrible. Every game he puts us in a bad spot. It's
Always
St.
at the
Juice
wrong
last year
time.
here.
I'll take that shit in certain down the distances or certain moments of the game. It's always in a pivotal moment or something that when you gotta have it, they call it that gotta have it moment. Always in that moment. Never.
Big Ellie SG, man, listen. Mike Williams ran a 4.5, 4.6, ran a smooth 9 route and tossed that man. No double moves or anything. A straight go route and got toasted. I keep watching the play like how Slim, how is this possible? Man, yeah. I'd rather Noah and the nickel take St. Boot off the field. Man.
Out of all you gotta say, whatever you gotta say about St. Jude, St. Jude will come up and tackle your ass in the run game. Though I gotta give him that much. He'll come up and tackle you in the run game. But other than that, I forgot what.
Nah, I was about to say I forgot. I was just looking at I got the game plan in the background. I forgot about that pass when fucking Luke McCaffrey was wide open.
I mentioned that.
Wide the fuck open. Yeah.
That would have been.
And Luke had a drop as well. Yeah. Damn.
That would have been a touchdown. He's still running.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely. That would have been that touchdown I needed too. Once again, another parlay that I put out there, missed by one leg. It was a plus 1,085, I believe. $100 would have bought 1185 total back. It's like an 8 or 9 pick. Jaden James didn't have a touchdown pass, which would have sealed the deal, but I blame Diami for that. And if you're not tapped in, make sure you tap in with us. We got a Telegram group, Reedie and Z. We got the link in our bio on our link tree. It's a group where we're sending alerts. We send all the episode links. We send, updated news there directly to you. I mean, we post on the page as well, but a lot of times if you're not on Instagram, you don't see the stuff when it happens. So this is another way to get kind of faster alerts. It's absolutely free. Free to join. And so tap in with us as we continue to try to, find different ways to grow and interact with you all, and keep things going. Next up, Philadelphia Eagles. As Reedie said, they just gave Dallas the business. They're getting hot at the right time. They are now 7-2. Because they had their bye already, and we're 7-3. So technically, they are in first place at this moment. So we need to, go in there and into the link and gain our spot back for real. It's gonna be a short week, so it's gonna be tough. I mean, I know guys gonna need a lot of treatment. Today was one of them gritty games. So I know tomorrow's rest day. They practice Tuesday, they walkthroughs Wednesdays. And then the game on Thursday. So, hopefully we can get some of these guys back that can play. Hopefully Wiley plays. Hopefully B-Rob plays. And hopefully Marshawn Lattimore plays. If not, then I understand it. But just to be effective against Philly, you got to run the ball against them. What I mean, very physical defense. I mean, they got weapons across the board. So, what I mean, we definitely got to run the ball and, control the clock against them. When they get on offense, they like to have those long drives. Jalen running around. And, what I mean, we gotta watch out for him. With Brown and Devontae, and I don't know. I think Reedie is predicting Jahan to have a tutty this week. Is that correct?
Some things is understood, and I don't even have to come back and comment on some of those things. Everybody that knows really knows he ain't betting that or he ain't said that. So, if y'all believe that, then hey, I wish y'all luck. Wish y'all luck. But my keys to the game against the Philadelphia Eagles, you're not going to stop. You're not necessarily going to stop Saquon. You're not necessarily going to stop AJ Brown. You're not necessarily going to stop Devonta Smith. Just limit the big plays. You know what I'm saying? We have to live with the 5-yard, 7-yard catch or whatever. Just limit the run after catch with them. I think we'll be fine. And you can't give up them explosive plays to them guys because they'll make you look stupid. Hopefully, Marshawn Lattimore plays and we can lock down one side of the field, and then we could just figure out we can, we maybe can double the other two receivers, and I'm not really worrying about the tight end. If you beat me with a tight end, that's good. You beat me with a tight end. But with them explosive players that can stretch the football field, that can use their speed to get down, we need to stop that and just get back to what we do. Running the football. Hopefully, B-Rob is in this game. We can run the football more effectively. One thing I've noticed in the games that B-Rob has not played, where our run game may have not been particularly great, is the calling of the run plays. I feel like we get a little bit too pass happy sometimes instead of calling more run plays. Jaden's gonna have to run. Jaden's gonna have to be a runner, and he's gonna have to be a passer. We're going to need everything. We're going to need the read option. We're going to need everything. We're going to need everything that we got to throw at this Philadelphia team, to get this win. It's going to be a team win. Special teams, we don't need no turnovers. We don't need it. None of that. We just got to just come ready to play. And I think we'll be fine. It's going to be lit.
Yeah, definitely going to be lit. Let's see. Here's some comments I want to hash on. Let's see. Someone asked what's up with B-Rob. So B-Rob initially had a knee injury early in the year that he was battling with. That's when he missed the Ravens game. That turned into him being out like a week or so, and then he came back. Somewhere along the line, he picked up a hamstring injury. And then he was talking about last week out on 106 and 7. He mentioned that the team had gave him pretty much like, a to-do list in reference to his injury and recovery, recommended things. And he admitted to not fully following what they were, the regimens and everything that they were saying doing. And he believed that attributed to his setback against the Giants, and which rolled over to this week as well. I think he may have been ready to go this week because he did practice early on. I think they just purposely set him out to be ready for Philly. That's my gut feeling on that. But
your head coach said in the presser that wasn't the case, but we can read into it what we may. We can speculate here.
Correct. Yeah, so we'll see about that. But I still think that was I think they behind the scenes, they make decisions like that. They're not gonna show us all their cards and tell us everything that they do. As we saw with Jaden, how they handled that injury. But yeah, I think that B-Rob should be ready to go Thursday, and I sure hope so, because we're definitely gonna need him. We supposed to put them away had too many times. Our turnovers came from special teams. Our offense is clicking. Luke deserves that punt return spot. I was surprised to see the kids after those 2 punts come right back out there and finish the game and not be, subbed. I was surprised, but it's like I'm surprised, but I'm not surprised in a way. I mean, the same thing pretty much kind of happened with Noah Brown when he kept having them drops against the Bears. They didn't really take him out. They didn't sub him out. They talked to him, or actually, Dan say they don't even really have those conversations. It's more so the players, going around and picking each other up and uplifting each other. So, I mean, a few conversations with the guys about a mistake, and then you can move on. And, as we saw, he was able to finish that game with the Hail Mary. But I think that's the kind of mentality that they're pushing. Now, if the kids goes out and does that shit again, then we should be talking about something different. Whether it's the Army back there or Luke, or if they pull up Kaz Allen or somebody. But the shit today was just unacceptable. Jaden was throwing. Yeah, he had 34 passes today. St. Juice has to go. He gave the game away. He did one thing he couldn't do, let the receiver get behind him. The kids at the Army are not ready for that moment. That was some of the things that I kind of mentioned early on with the receivers, but they have, they have done well this year, so I won't bash them about that. What I mean? But I did have worries that, in big moments, who was going to be that go-to, who's going to be that guy. So we'll see. I still want to see Terry be forced the ball a little bit more. He's getting more targets. He's getting more yards. He's getting more production. I still would like to see a game with Terry is targeted over 10 times. A lot of games he's in the 5 to 6 target range. If we can get them targets up, we might can get more production, and who knows? Terry's on pace for right now. He's on pace for 1,200 yards. So having a pretty solid year. Anything you like to add?
Beat Philadelphia. That's all I want to add. Just turn the page. Let's move on. Let's put this one behind us. Move on. It wasn't, we had our goods, we had our bads. Move on.
Yeah, totally agree. The link will be lit, I'm sure. Finally got my man Reedie to commit to coming to Philly. So it's up. I'm excited. My man, it's your first time up there, right?
Yeah, my first time up there. Not my first time in the link, but my first time at a football game in the link. I've been to some concerts up there, but yeah. Got peer pressured into going.
Hey, that's how they do.
I'm gonna pay for them tickets, but it is what it is.
Birds of a feather. But yeah, also, man, shout out to everybody that was showing us love today, and on the page yesterday, showing us love about our new jackets. We did the Reedie and Z custom jackets, courtesy of my brother and I. We both designed them and put them together. And we ordered ourselves some, and people was loving them today. They walking up to us, asking about them. And so, if any of you guys out there are interested in a custom jacket, whether you want it to be Commanders, or you have a business, or you just want to redo your high school jacket, or anything, whatever you may want a jacket for, make sure you tap in with us. I am the plug when it comes to stuff like that. Shout out Great Clothing Line, and we can put you something together and have you looking sweet at these games, at these concerts, or wherever you at. So tap in with us. And it's a fully custom, so it can have your name on it. It can have your logos. It can have whatever. So tap in with us, and we got you. Make sure that you, like I said, make sure you continue to stay tapped in with us. Like, share, subscribe on the YouTube. We're on X, Facebook, Instagram, everywhere. TikTok at Reedie and Z. Shout out to the sponsors: Great Clothing Line, KB3 Events, Saray's Catering. Anything else?
Nope.
Oh yeah, check us out tomorrow. Check us out tomorrow. We're gonna be hopping on with Rio Robinson, for his Monday show. So tap in with us. It'll be around somewhere between 2 and 3 o'clock. So be on the lookout on that. And make sure you join that Telegram group. We're gonna post it on the page, but it's also in the link tree, so you can get the alert when we hop on. If my brother ain't got nothing else, we are headed out.
On to Philadelphia.
Be Philly. Peace out, y'all.